to you. We made it to November 22nd. It is brisk outside this morning, and it is the perfect time to sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, tea, or whatever your favorite beverage is in the morning, and you can enjoy our live show today. I'm Amy Lacey here with our great friend of the show, former Miss Virginia 2021 international speaker and life coach Heather Marie Van Clave. Good morning, Heather.
Good morning, Amy. I'm so happy to be here with you guys today. On this Friday, as we get one step closer to another weekend, we're definitely looking forward to today's show.
And we are looking forward to the Thanksgiving holiday too. We were talking before the show that both of us like to host, but this year we're both being hosted.
We are.
And there's something great about that too.
Yes, it's great to host, but it's also great to be hosted because you're giving and you're getting, and that's all about the holiday season, is to be able to give and receive and to be able to love blessing on others and getting the blessing back in return.
Yes, that's exactly it. And relax and just be surrounded by love and just have such a great time. And it really is a special time of the year. So we are looking forward to next week, and we have a great show planned for everybody today.
We do. I'm so excited.
Now's the time for us to share a quick preview of what's in store for you on this Friday morning. We are in for a decadent treat. Wilma Kidd is the creator of Levels 31 and specializes in gourmet bread pudding. Yum! She makes her debut on our live show this morning and will show us how to put it all together. That is coming up in our second half hour.
I love it. The end of the end of the year is near. Rather, if you are an employee of a company, you may be looking for a bump in your salary, and if you're an employer, you may be looking to try and hold on to top talent. Our friend Jillian Tyree from Robert Half is here to talk about the challenges some small and medium businesses face as we head into 2025, and that conversation is coming up in about 15 minutes or so.
Something good to keep in mind. And Dave Parker goes on some fun adventures both in the Commonwealth and surrounding states. Today, his journey takes him to Lewisburg, West Virginia, a very pretty part of the country. It's the latest installment in his Discover with Dave series. We will check it out a little bit later this morning.
Now let's find out what the weekend forecast holds for us. Here's CBS 6 meteorologist Tom Patton. Hey, Tom.
Good morning, ladies. Amy, Heather Marie, good to see the two of you this morning. Looking great. All excited about the weekend. I could tell a little bit of energy you two have this morning, a little bit of back and forth, the ups and downs, I don't know.
It looks like you were doing a little dance, Tom. I think that was your Friday
It was a happy dance.
Yes, maybe it is. A small Friday happy dance,
or maybe it's to keep warm, because today is the first day that I truly felt it. That fall to winter season is now upon us.
Yeah, we're not messing around anymore, are we? We can tell, and looking forward, it's going to be kind of cold and things like that. I'll tell you what, you were mentioning West Virginia, man. They're going to get a lot of snow in parts of West Virginia later today and tonight. So there you go. Right now we're looking at lots of blue skies, just some scattered clouds. We're going to see the clouds increase again today like we saw yesterday. We had a sunny start. Clouds come in. It's going to remain kind of windy here too. We do have a wind chill. So that's what Amy's talking about, that feeling. While the wind chill factor is back, it feels like 34 degrees out here. We have a dew point of 22. The air is very dry, and temperatures now in the 30s in most areas. We had a lot of 20s this morning. The airport kind of the outlier at 40. Cold and windy today. We'll have wind gusts probably 25 to 30 miles an hour again. Put a little raindrop in there. You'll see a lot of clouds begin to move in later today. There's going to be a little showery activities to our north and northeast. We may get clipped with a little shower here or there, but other than that, 49 only today. And then tonight, partly cloudy skies. Still windy, I think, this evening and overnight. Oftentimes, the winds will kind of die out. I think tonight we're still going to be kind of a bit on the windy side. Here's this afternoon, and then later into the afternoon, we'll really see those picking up, especially around noon and beyond. That's when the gusts of 25 plus will start to be around. And then there's 1 o'clock in the morning, and we're still looking at wind gusts over 20 to 25 miles an hour. That's tonight. Tomorrow, a breezy start yet, and then I think we'll start to relax the winds a little bit by tomorrow evening. So that'll feel a little bit better if you have outdoor things going on. I know there's a lot going on this coming weekend. So anyway, big storm system. Look at Pennsylvania. Almost the entire state. It's snowing in just about everywhere. New York State as well, and West Virginia now. That rain just starting to move, that snow is just starting to work its way into that panhandle area of West Virginia near Elkins, and you're seeing some snow around Maryland, maybe the Breezewood exit up there, and that cold air coming is going to whipping through there is what we're going to experience here today. And that's why we're going to see that increase in clouds as well from west to east. All right, so by this afternoon, remember I said there may be a shower or two. You can see some of those little spots going into the afternoon or early evening. 9 o'clock tonight, skies become partly cloudy overnight tonight. A lot of clouds early. And then we'll see partly sunny skies tomorrow. Sunday's probably a little bit better, a little more sunshine, not as windy, and it'll be a couple degrees warmer on Sunday than on Saturday. So here's what we're looking at: 49, 59, 61. A little warmer Monday, but Tuesday a front will be coming through, and that'll trigger a couple showers. And then it's going to be really cold again. In fact, going forward, it looks pretty chilly. Thanksgiving Day at this point looks like 54 with a pretty good chance for rain. We'll see how that works out, though. 30s to around 40 at night for the weekend. All right, I hope you have a great weekend. Virginia This Morning will continue right after this.
We like to say fry, yay. We hope your week has been great. Thank you for spending a part of your Friday morning here with us. I'm Amy Lacey, and you may have seen her here on Virginia This Morning a few times, and we are happy to have Heather Van Cleve with us once again this morning. Hi, Heather. Good to see you.
Hi, Amy. Good to see you, too. It's going to be another fantastic Friday here in Central Virginia. I'm delighted to be here with you today.
Tom was talking about the snow in Pennsylvania, West Virginia, New York. I was talking with my mom, who may be watching right now. Hi, Mom. But she is in Pennsylvania, and yeah, she was saying that it is coming down a lot today. So welcome to winter.
A brisk morning in Virginia.
Yeah, and that's Pennsylvania. But here too, this was the first day that I truly was like, I need to grab the coat. Yeah. I need to be intentional about this, because here we go, the season is upon us.
Are we ready?
No, I'm not quite ready for it, but I am ready for Thanksgiving and the holiday season, and just seeing people catching up, doing all of those kinds of family and friend things. So
me too. My favorite holiday of the year.
With the bad, which is the cold weather, comes the good. Yes. All the people that you love. So you give and you take.
That's right? That's right. I love it. The good and the bad, but Thanksgiving is that wonderful time to be thankful and find something to be thankful for, because we all can.
And you said we can be a blessing to others, and they can be a blessing to us, which is a wonderful, wonderful way to go into the holiday season. In case you missed it a few moments ago, let's jump in and do a recap of a few features that you will see on today's live show. Wilma Kidd, creator of Lavelle's 31, is here in the Virginia This Morning kitchen. She's going to put together some of her signature bread pudding. We cannot wait to try that this morning. She said she did a harvest flavor today. Yum, yum, yum. That is coming up. Plus, Dave Parker shares his latest adventure in West Virginia. He takes us along for the ride. We will share a few highlights from his trip.
I love it. And we have more for you to enjoy, but you have to stay tuned.
All month long, our great friend and community partner Puritan Cleaners has been collecting coats as part of their annual Coats for Kids campaign. It is such a special event. Yesterday, Kristen Lors was live on location at Providence Elementary School during their donation, and she met this cute student who may just have a future as a meteorologist, maybe right here on CBS 6. Her grandmother tells us she absolutely loves CBS 6, and we love special moments just like that one. So, so sweet.
I love it.
You can make a difference all month long. Puritan Cleaners Coats for Kids campaign will be in full effect. You can visit and make your donation at their location at 1807 Staples Mill Road in Richmond, or you can go to any of their 13 locations in the area. For more information, give them a call at 804-355-5726 or visit PuritanCleaners.com. You can find them on social media too. I'm going to be going out to one of their locations today, and I absolutely cannot wait, because the community truly embraces that campaign each and every year.
I love that. That's a great way to be able to give back too.
Absolutely. Invest 529 and CBS 6 are proud partners in presenting Battle of the Brains every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. This week, Trinity Episcopal High School faces off against Riverbend High School, and now here is your chance to play.
Oh my goodness. Answer the following question correctly for your chance to win an Invest 529 account worth $529.
Okay, here's today's question. Which 529 plan in Virginia is known for its flexibility and investment options? Your choices are A, Invest 529, B, Stock 529, C, Bonds 529, or D, Party 529. Submit your answer now on wtvr.com/BOB. for your chance to win. Party 529, that sounds like maybe an old MTV show from 1998 or something like that.
And that intense music, that was like Jeopardy meets, I don't know, a game. Yeah.
Meets almost like a horror movie. So that was an interesting way to kick off our Friday.
It is.
Excitement is certainly in the air. The Virginia Lottery has launched the Let's Make a Deal Scratcher. CBS 6 and the Virginia Lottery are giving 4 lucky contestants a chance to win a $100 Scratcher prize pack. We announced the first winner this past Monday. For more information, just visit the link that you see right there on your screen, and be sure to tune in on Monday, November 25th, when we announce the winner. Good luck to you. How about a one-stop shop for some holiday shopping? Simple Fitness is hosting its first holiday market. It is this Sunday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
I love it. 27 vendors will take over the space at 2407 Westwood Avenue in Richmond. That's the old Tinker's building. We talked to Simple Fitness owner Alex Coleman about the inspiration behind her business and the special event.
I think the coolest part about this market is it is all types of businesses. I mean, we have artists, we have bakers, we have build your own flower bar. We have so many like different experiences too. We have estheticians, we have medical estheticians, we have build your own trucker hat company, we have jewelers, just stained glass, like so many different things and something for everyone.
That was a sneak peek of the conversation, and you can check out the full conversation, the full interview on our Facebook page.
We hope you'll stay tuned. There's more Virginia This Morning coming right after this break.
Welcome back. The Women's Leadership Forum presented by the Virginia Society of CPAs is committed to spotlighting the stories and insights of trailblazing leaders in hopes of empowering, connecting, and transforming the lives of women in our community. Today, Linda Newsom-McCurdy, Senior Director of Learning at the organization, joins us to share more. It is so great to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. This is a really great opportunity.
You said this is your passion project, and yes. I can see why, because we can share stories, we can help people learn, and just really celebrate wonderful women in our community.
Yes, we really can. This year we have an incredible lineup of women. We're bringing in Lisa Howes, who's a mayoral candidate out in the Midwest, and she's a CPA. We have several local speakers coming in. Stephanie Riccardino from a Fortune 500 company who works in IT is coming to talk about living your best life. We have Eva DiVirgilis who's coming. She's amazing.
She's amazing, and local talent.
Local talent. And then we also are bringing in Dara Galasso, who is she runs a Pilates studio here, and she's going to talk and share some things that we can do to keep our body moving and our mental health and wellness going as well.
It's all connected.
It's all connected.
And this forum is also connected because just here on Virginia This Morning, a couple of days ago, we celebrated Women's Entrepreneurship Day. There are
Yes.
4 women's holidays, if you will,
Yes.
that are celebrated throughout the year that are a culmination at this event.
Yes, the first year we did this, we realized that we needed to continue the connection throughout the year, and we added 1-hour webcast that we share with all of our colleagues around the country as well on Women's Equality Day, Women's Mental Health Day, International Women's Day, as well as Women's Entrepreneurship Day, which we just held this week.
Now, tell me about your organization. You told me it's about 115-ish years
Yes.
old,
Mm-hmm.
but this program that you're here to talk about is relatively new.
Yes, this program is 6 years old, but we've been in existence for 115 years, as you said, and we provide throughout the year advocacy for CPAs. We're really in the business of inspiring CPAs and accounting professionals around the state. We hold educational events throughout the year, as well as we do programs in the schools, and we actually have a really a big program right now where we're taking CPAs to the classroom and to get our CPAs to talk with students about all the different things that they can do as a CPA, because it's not just taxes. It's lots and lots of other types of jobs as well.
So there's that outreach to the next generation too,
Yes.
because you just never know when you're going to pique a child's interest.
Exactly.
That they may be the next one who comes on a Virginia This Morning show
Yeah.
to talk about this event in 20, 30 years.
Exactly, yes.
So why is it so important to make sure that some of the stories and insights that you have at this forum are shared with the greater community?
So there are so many, for years there have been mostly led by men leaders in this profession, and now women are starting to step up. So this is really a way for us to help empower each other and support each other and lift each other up, and provide leadership opportunities that way.
And you know, it does take a village just to feel that to raise you as you're going through your career.
Yeah.
I would think that this is a great networking opportunity too for women who are CPAs.
It is. It's a wonderful networking opportunity. They can connect with people around the state. We also offer this program virtually as well, and we do a lot of things online to connect people as well. And then we also eventually at the end in February on National Read Out Loud Day, we do a book club focusing on a women's empowerment book.
That is wonderful. So it really is just a way for everybody to come together, celebrate,
Yes.
inspire, and just make the next generation that much better.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
All right. Thank you for coming in today. What a wonderful conversation.
Thank you.
And we really appreciate you coming to Virginia this morning.
Thank you so much.
The VSCPA's Women's Leadership Forum is happening December 5th at the VSCPA Learning and Innovation Center in Glen Allen. It is virtual as well. For all the details, you can visit our website a little later today. That, of course, is virginiathismorning.com. Heather, what's coming up next?
What do you get when you combine one of the best small town food scenes in the country, a vibrant art scene, and a state willing to pay you to move there? In this week's Discover with Dave series, Dave Parker takes you to Lewisburg, West Virginia. Take a look.
This segment is sponsored by Rockingham Insurance.
I've been wanting to visit Lewisburg, West Virginia for years. It was once voted coolest small town in the U.S. Also, the state will pay certain remote workers to move there. Here's what to know in case you'd like to try a visit first. Downtown has enough variety of shops and restaurants to keep you busy for much of a day, so much so that it's a stop for bus tours. I'd recommend starting with coffee or a light breakfast at the Wild Bean. It's enjoyed by all the town's creatures. After a little shopping, grab a mid-morning snack or lunch at the locals' recommended corn and flour bakery. That was delicious. While still downtown, pop into the notably eclectic Robert's Antiques. There are the things here you would expect to find, and then... What the what? It also houses one of the largest selections of wine in West Virginia. There's also the art scene in Lewisburg. To me, this is key to what really sets Lewisburg apart. You'll find local art for sale in many of the shops downtown, but the art anchor is Carnegie Hall, one of only 4 in the world. There are a couple of interesting cemeteries, plus the old stone Presbyterian church dating back to 1796. The signature lodging option in town is the historic General Lewis Inn, billed as historic charm meets modern luxury. Let's get back to the food. The USA Today Reader's Choice for Best Small Town Food Scene in 2023 and 2024, Lewisburg has plenty for the palate. The Humble Tomato serves its dishes out of a building that's been standing for over 2 centuries. Working with local farmers, the menu is Italian-inspired. Starting with an autumn tonic topped with smoking rosemary, I had the lemon arugula chicken. Light and fresh, it's a great example of what you'll find here. It's always nice when a place lives up to its billing. I look forward to being back. In Lewisburg, I'm Dave Parker.
Thanks, Dave. For home, auto, and farm insurance, give Rockingham Insurance a call at 800-434-7736 or visit rockingham.insure to find a local agent. The local 41st Street annual Dominion Energy Christmas Parade returns to Richmond along Broad Street on Saturday, December 7th. You will see fun and festive floats, giant helium balloons, high school and college marching bands, superheroes, and legendary Santa. They will all make their way from the Science Museum of Virginia down to 7th Street. 2024 Team USA member, Olympic swimmer, and medalist Charlie Swanson, a Richmond native, will serve as this year's Grand Marshal. Now here's Amy's recent conversation with representatives from one of the top financial firms in Richmond.
This segment is sponsored by Welcome Home Financial Partners.
Financial fees, they can be like termites hiding out in your portfolio and eating away at your retirement. Back with us today are Ralph and Tim Short, the father-son team with Welcome Home Financial Partners, a Richmond area firm. This duo makes up financial professionals focusing on preparing people for a successful retirement. Thank you both for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
So we are always talking about planning, and retirement, definitely you have to start planning today to get ready for it. What about those fees? How can that impact your savings?
Oh, fees. So there's so many people that are scared of fees, right? The people who are scared of fees are usually the people who can afford to pay some fees, and they need some proper advice in order to make their retirement dreams work. But there's a lot of fees associated with investing, and a lot of folks, you know, that's not their profession, so they're not quite sure what questions to ask when it comes to fees. What are good fees? What are bad fees? At the end of the day, if you find value in the fee, then a fee is not necessarily a bad thing. But there are a lot of junk fees. There are a lot of other fees that you need to be aware of.
So good fees, bad fees. What are these fees that we're talking about? What can people expect to pay?
It all depends upon what kind of investments that you do have. I mean, if you have managed money accounts, there's probably going to be a percentage based on your amount of money that you got in your account. But there's also some hidden fees in there, particularly when it comes to certain investments that might have 12B1 fees, things of that nature. There's upfront fees, things like that. So you just have to be aware of it. But for most people, if you need some help, you just really understand that anybody's going to have to charge you something to get something from them. I mean, do you go to the bank and have a bank account without any kind of fees in that?
Never happens.
I mean, you should be expecting. If they tell you it's a free checking account, you have certain requirements that you have to meet. So just understand, no matter where you go, you're going to have fees. Hey, living in America, you got fees. It's called taxes, right? Okay, just so you know.
So, you know, when we are planning for our retirement and we're meeting with a financial professional, what kinds of questions should we be asking so we can understand what kinds of fees we're paying and why?
Well, there's a lot of different types of questions, but that's one of the things that's part of our retirement roadmap that we talk about so much is we'll take a look at your current statements and see what you are actually being charged, because there's a lot of folks that have no idea. They bring the statements and they're like, oh, hey, I've got this much money, but I don't know what type of investments I got. I don't know what they're charging me. The one thing that I will say is, you know, there's a lot of people that will charge maybe up to 2%, maybe even higher, but they only meet with the client once a year, right? That's another thing that you pay for is, hey, what about quarterly reviews that we do? Those types of things. You've got to get the value out of the fee.
Should this be a greater topic of conversation? Should there be more awareness about fees?
Well, as long as you know that you're going to have to pay certain fees, you need to understand what it is that you're trying to get from your advisor. Is it just advice once a year, or you don't want to see them anymore because you don't like the way they look? I don't know. It depends, okay? But I think the biggest thing is, what do you want to get out of this relationship? Because it is a relationship. You should have somebody that's a fiduciary. You should have somebody that understands what you're trying to do so they can help guide you there. Now, if you just want somebody to say, buy this and sell this, that's not what we do. It's a relationship trying to figure out and get you over the goal line to do what you want to do.
And that's important, right? So when it comes down to frequency of communication, that's huge. If you're paying somebody 2% and you talk to them maybe once a year and it's a sit and forget and you've never made any kind of rebalancing, reallocations, nothing to that effect, then maybe that's not a good strategy to use. But fees aren't the end all be all. People get so roped into, hey, somebody's only going to charge me 0.5% instead of 2%. Well, what are you going to get for that 0.5%?
Tim, you mentioned that financial roadmap. That is something that you want to offer some of our viewers today.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first 5 callers who have saved $250,000 or more for retirement pick up the phone, give us a call. We'll bring you into the office. We'll examine what fees you might be currently paying and create your very own retirement roadmap. And the best part is we'll do it on a complimentary basis.
Sounds like a plan, and that's the key to retirement, planning.
That's right.
Thank you so much for coming in today. If you want to make sure your retirement plan takes fees into account, Welcome Home Financial Partners has a great offer for you. To the first 5 callers right now with a portfolio of $250,000 or greater, they are offering a complimentary retirement plan. This will allow Ralph and Tim to sit down with you to personally provide you with that roadmap, analyzing where you are right now and discussing your best steps to really get you ready for a successful retirement. Call that number now, 804-729-0112, 804-729-0112. Virginia This Morning returns after the break.
Welcome back. Our next guest is from Robert Half, and they really are on top of the latest trends in the workplace.
Today, our friend Jillian Tyree is here to talk about some challenges both employees and employers face in small to medium-sized businesses. Thank you for coming in today, Jillian.
Thanks. It's great to be back with you guys.
We are rounding out 2024, but looking into the next year, and there are some challenges that have been around this year that will be sticking. What about salaries?
Yeah, salary pressure happens for small to mid-sized businesses. It is often tough for them to compete with the larger companies. And one of the things that I always talk to my clients about is thinking about what your package has to offer that is more than that number behind the dollar sign, because there's so many more perks that small to mid-sized businesses can offer, really making sure that they're highlighting those and showcasing them when they're interviewing talent.
Yeah, I think that's great. Do you think that it's part of you get what you pay for when you're offering a salary to someone that you're bringing in?
Yes, I do think you definitely get what you pay for. But again, we've talked about this a lot on the show this year. It is, what is your hybrid schedule like? Right. What's your benefits package? What's your flexibility to have some windowed work to change that traditional 8 to 5 to really attract that top talent on top of, as well as, the salary and the compensation.
Yeah. One of the trends too that I've been following is that there's a skilled talent shortage. Over COVID, a lot of people decided that, hey, I want to maybe switch careers, or I want to do something completely different, or I want to do it in a different way. So maybe those pools that businesses were dipping into before are no longer there.
Yeah. There's definitely a war for talent, and whether you're with a big company or a small to mid-size, you are going to be more successful in your job search if you partner with a firm. I talk to clients all the time that call me and say, Jillian, we're struggling to find someone. I'm like, why did you wait so long to call us? Yeah. Because it's just a boost in what you're looking for, right? Oftentimes we have access to candidates that are passive seekers, or that maybe we have interviewed and we understand a little bit more about that your company can't really see until we showcase them to you in the right way. Another thing is there is a talent shortage, but the remote work aspect is so interesting. And for some small to mid-sized businesses, it's important to understand which jobs can be remote. We have a system to where you can literally click a button and see people available nationally. So there could be someone sitting in Pennsylvania that's great for your job that isn't necessarily here in Richmond, but could really make a positive impact on your business.
That's amazing. What about time is of the essence? When you find good talent, you need to get on it right away, right?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for saying that. You do. I always say to my clients and to my candidates, have an end goal. Decide, this is when I want to make a hire, this is when I want to start a new job, and really work towards that. You're always going to say, what if this perfect person, or what if this perfect job? If you feel good about it and it feels like a right match, go for it. I always tell my manager too, we were just talking, I said, we hire people that have the potential to be rock stars, that we can groom to rock stars. You're not always going to get a rock star coming in the door. 75% of the way there is good enough.
And company culture too is something that people are really, really looking towards today. So finding that company that really is the right fit for you, who you are, and what makes you feel good and what makes you want to be productive.
Yeah. That's 100% correct. I think you have to do some introspection and understand what is important to you from a value, from giving back, from a work-life balance. If you're a working mom, really understanding what is important to you and then seeking out companies that have that. And if you're a company, understanding what those values are and really being able to highlight them and showcase them as you're talking to talent.
I love that. So with salaries and the expectations of people coming in, how do you navigate that?
Yeah, I think that you just want to set all the expectations very clear from the beginning. You know, when you accept a job or when you're offering a job, here's what you can expect, here's what we're offering to you, and just really know what other companies are offering. And then again, put your best offer out there, and if it's the right match, things will come together.
Yeah. Why is it that the small to medium-sized businesses have more challenges, or maybe different challenges than some of the larger ones?
You know, it's a tough marketplace out there right now, and some of the challenges that we're seeing for small to mid-sized businesses are always this way. Some of them are exacerbated right now because of the marketplace, salary pressure, as well as the war for talent. I think it's just a matter of really understanding what they have to offer and showcasing that, not being discouraged by a larger company that can offer a bigger salary. Oftentimes people, what's worth it to them in a job is more than just salary. It's flexibility, it's culture, it's maybe giving back to their local community as a part of being, in difference to being a part of like a big machine.
Yeah.
100%. We were just talking about that on off the air before the cameras went on, that I leave here and go to another job, and it's wonderful to be able to be employed by somebody that lets me come and do this as well.
Absolutely, because it is that flexibility that so many people are looking for these days.
So many people are looking for it, and it's a big piece of your job offer. You have to think, are you remote, are you hybrid, and how are you showcasing that to the people that you're trying to bring in the doors?
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much, Jillian. That's awesome to be able to hear all of these things that we need to know, and the market changes so much with salaries and with employees, and it's just education.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing with us
Thanks for
today.
having me.
If you want more information on this topic or the services that Robert Half provides, just visit virginiathismorning.com a little bit later today. You will find a link there on our website.
Our live show returns in just a few minutes. Welcome back to our live Friday morning show. You can catch up and enjoy all of our segments again and again just by visiting our website at virginiathismorning.com. Our website isn't the only place you can watch Virginia This Morning. We can be viewed on the apps, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Android TV. Channels you can watch it there too. If you need the app, just visit the App Store on your device and search WTVR Richmond. It's absolutely free.
This segment is sponsored by UMFS.
There are so many children in our communities who are in need of loving and caring homes. Becoming a foster parent is an incredible way to give back. Alexa Ritz, Program Director of the Richmond Regional Center at UMFS, joins us today to share more. Thank you for being here today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
What is the current state of the foster care system in Virginia?
So actually there are 5,000 children in foster care in Virginia, and we are really working towards bringing them into their community and making sure we wrap around them with the families that we can support them with.
If folks are watching at home and they are interested in becoming a foster parent, what criteria do they have to meet?
Yeah, so you do need to be 21 years old. You do need to have stable income, a driver's license. You need to be able to have a reliable transportation, and obviously we need you to have a place in your heart and in your home to be able to have a space for the child to be in the home with you.
How does UMFS train folks to become foster parents? What is the process like?
Yeah, so it is about 3 to 6 months, and really we move as fast as the family is able to. And in that process, we first have what's called an information session. And so in the information session, we will share with you about the children that we serve and the qualities we're looking for in a foster family. That is not something that is required. They don't have to, if they come to the info session, it doesn't mean they have to become a foster parent, but it gives them more information. Once they do the information session, we do have a 25-hour training that they do complete, and after that point we do an assessment. So that's a mutual assessment to make sure that we align with our values and making sure that they are going to be a good family for our children.
You want families, interested folks out there, to know that before the process, during the process, having that child in your home and your heart, they're not alone. How does UMFS support foster families?
Yeah, so we are able to provide 24/7 support to our families. They have a case manager that helps support them, and they do training and guidance with them. We do have 24-hour on-call support, and we have a once-a-month support group as well as respite. So we are able to help the families with the break, and then we support the children in that home.
And there is just such a need out there with so many children who are in the foster system, many more children than even parents who are available. You get referrals each and every day for foster parents.
Correct, yeah. That's the biggest challenge. I mean, every single day we have 10 to 12 referrals that will come in, and we do not have enough families to help support, especially those that can help us with our older teens. That really is the struggle that we have, is to be able to provide and wrap around those older teens, as they have a higher risk of going in, becoming homeless.
Why would you tell someone out there to, if they're considering it, why should they take that leap and open their homes and their hearts to a child?
It's the commitment to Virginia and to support our kids, honestly. It's that they need you right now. We have so many children that are waiting for good homes, and so if you're thinking about it, go for it, do it. We are here to help and wrap around and support them every step of the way.
And these are children who are in all different age groups, correct?
Yes, so we do serve from 0 to 21 years old. So yeah, it's a range of children that are coming in. As I mentioned before too, we really are focusing on those older teens as they need that support. We have a lot of referrals coming in. Those are the ones that each day we're really trying to make a match with those families.
It is such a special service that someone out there can provide to a child in need. Thank you for bringing this information to Virginia this morning.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate it, and appreciate everyone out there who is making a difference in the community in this way. For the direct line for foster parent inquiries, give them a call at 866-243-6228 or connect online at umfs.org/foster. Connect on social media on Facebook and Instagram at foster@UMFS. Heather, what's coming up after the break?
I'm here in the kitchen with Wilma Kidd. Word on the street is that she makes the best bread pudding. I said banana, I'm thinking about food. The best bread pudding in town. We'll meet her and she'll put some together for us when we return right after this.
Yes, looking forward to it.
According to Wikipedia, bread pudding originated in the 11th century when English cooks repurposed leftover stale bread. Fast forward now to the 21st century, and it is becoming a very popular recipe to make and enjoy.
Yes, absolutely.
On this Friday, we welcome Wilma Kidd into the Virginia This Morning kitchen, and she's going to make her signature award-winning bread pudding recipe. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
This is your busy time of year, so we really do appreciate that you have made some time for us here to show us a few of the secrets of making some great bread pudding.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So I've been making bread pudding for some time. I started out at home because I fell in love with it and decided I needed to figure it out. So I went through all these little recipes and finally came up with one that works. So we know we have to have eggs, so I've added my eggs here.
Okay.
And of course, you have to have bread.
Yes.
And so today we're making one of our harvest fruit bread puddings, which is perfect for the holidays.
Timing.
Yes, perfect for Thanksgiving.
Yes, and in our stores right now we have our pumpkin bread pudding, which a lot of people are enjoying, and we're coming up on the Christmas holidays, so we'll soon have some gingerbread and some eggnog bread pudding in our stores as well.
So talk to us about the bread. That's the base of it. I mean, does it matter what type of bread that you use? Can it just be a favorite bread?
You know, the interesting thing is bread pudding adapts to a lot of different types of bread. So for instance, if you want to use croissants, you want to use a little bit of a heartier bread, French bread, you know, there's just so many to try.
Sure.
They'll give you different flavors and textures, but I typically like sliced bread.
Yeah, just a sandwich bread.
Yes, and when I'm experimenting and playing around with the family, then I'll use a little bit of everything.
Okay.
And so today we're using sliced bread, which is here, and again, we're making the harvest fruit one, so hopefully everyone will enjoy that.
Yeah.
So can I get a little help here?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Please put us to work.
So I need 2 teaspoons, if you will.
Okay.
2 tablespoons, I'm sorry, of the, it's really a half, so we need to do it twice.
Okay.
If you would just get that in there for me, that's great.
Okay.
All right.
1 and
Vanilla
2.
makes everything taste good.
Yes, and it just smells so good in here right now. Heather called it very cozy, and it really, really is. It just adds that smell, almost adds the warmth to the studio.
Yes, it's a feeling. I always say it evokes an emotion.
Yes, it does. It does. It takes you back to Grandma's house when you were were a kid, right?
Yes, but one thing we've been trying to do, which I think we're starting to do well, is we want to get younger people involved in understanding and knowing what bread pudding is.
Yeah.
And when we're out doing different events, people will come around and they'll say, "What is that?" And it's like, "It's bread pudding, but what is it?"
Yeah.
It's like you have to taste it to see. So I'm going to ask if you will put, 2 of those scoops in here
So a
for
half
me.
cup?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so does it have to be packed brown sugar, or can it just be kind of loose?
I don't pack it.
Okay.
If you were my sister, she would be so exact, and we were just talking about that. She has to have the measurements exactly right, but that way our customers get the same experience every time. So I think that's key to making it all work well. So that's one of the things we do. And then the second thing is we, of course, use our sliced bread here.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and add that.
And you just broke it into little pieces.
I broke it into little pieces, about this big.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll see, especially with the heartier breads, that they cube it. And you'll see it in nice little neat squares. Mine's, you're going to see these homemade, very naturally torn pieces of breads.
But that's what Grandma would have done when you were a kid.
Yes.
So let's just make it like that, because
Just
that
like
is
she did.
special.
Yes, exactly. And we usually add an apple that's chopped up, so we'll have to get that in there. And I brought a few other things just because we make different types of bread pudding.
So you can really make it to your flavor, whatever you enjoy.
Customize it.
Yes, you can customize it. So in the summer, we use blueberries, we use peaches, we use pineapple, we use strawberries, and people eat it cold. And we'll say, "Oh no, go home, warm it up." And it's like, "Oh no, I'll put whipped cream on it and add some more berries."
Oh my goodness.
Very nice.
And everyone's very happy.
Sounds
with
delicious.
it.
So for an apple, is there a particular type of apple you should use, or again, is that to your taste, whatever your preference is?
It is to your taste. I tend to like the red apples. More often we'll use a red apple. Green apples are very sweet and taste really good in these different desserts. But I like the Envy apple.
Okay.
I like Pink Lady apples.
Yes, Pink Ladies are yummy.
And Honey Crisp. I mean, you can't go wrong with the Honey Crisp apple.
That is always a great one to have this time of year.
Yes, absolutely.
So you put everything into the bowl, mix, 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 mix. You just want to make sure that the bread gets coated with all the yumminess?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And you want it to soak in those great sugars before you actually add milk.
Okay.
But we do add milk and butter. I think that butter makes everything better.
Of course it does. Of course it does.
Yes, and another thing, we don't let it, some bread puddings require you to allow it to sit for 30 minutes or an hour, so it absorbs. We're able to do ours in a little bit shorter time. So it's all about the technique, and different people do it differently. But we think that's what makes our bread pudding reimagined.
I love it.
Because of the way we do it.
And you put it, whenever you sell it, you put it in a little pan like this. Is it actually baked in this pan?
Yes, and I'll show you very quickly. We'll hold that up for the audience. This is our mini pan.
Okay.
And it feeds about 2.5 people. And we have a size that's a little bit smaller, but we do sell these in our stores.
Okay.
We're in 4 stores throughout Richmond, if I may mention them.
Go ahead. Yes.
We're at the market at 25th Street. We're at Libby Market. We're at Elwood Thompson's. And we're at Good Foods Grocery over in Bon Air.
All of those local stores that just make our community what it is. And what a wonderful way that you are able to have those relationships with them and get this in the bellies of all the people who are in our community who love bread pudding.
Absolutely. And they're like boutique stores. I like that they offer healthy foods, right?
Yeah.
But bread pudding makes you happy. Yes. And happy is healthy.
So why did you decide bread pudding? Why did that become your passion project?
Well, my dad used to take us to the Old Country Buffet. I don't know if you all remember that.
I do.
And they had the best bread pudding. And I finally said, hey, you can't keep coming just to get bread pudding. You need to figure this out.
Yeah.
And so that's how I got there. I didn't always like it growing up. Yeah. It was typical. It was kind of wet. It was heavy. It had raisins, which I love raisins, but anyway.
You just hadn't found the one that you liked yet.
That's right.
Yes.
And I used to tell my kids, try it, you might like it.
Yes.
And so, you might like it in 10 years.
Yeah, your taste buds change. Yes, they do.
Honestly, when we're out and people come by and, oh, I don't like bread pudding. And it's like, oh, but my sister will say, well, just give this one a try.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10,
you convert that.
Yes.
I love it. And it's because it's different. It's the flavors. textures. Maple sweet potato is one of our best sellers.
They do taste
I hope that they do. And I want to talk a little bit about our name, if I may.
Yeah, please do.
So we're Lavelle's 31, and it's the 31 is my son's age when he passed.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Oh, thank you, thank you. And his daughter, my granddaughter, is Angel Lavelle.
Okay.
Oh, I love
so
that.
Lavelle's 31. There's a heart. There are the little angel wings because her name is Angel Lavelle, and then he's an angel. So
that just makes it so much more special. I love that.
Absolutely, because we would all cook in the kitchen together.
I love
and
that.
Once I was on this TV show and I had to fry the bread pudding. We had to figure out how to do it, and so anyway, we ended up doing it, and that's where I won my first award.
Congratulations.
For deep fried bread pudding.
Congratulations. Ooh,
that's about as naughty as it gets, right?
Well, you have some in the oven.
Yes.
Wilma's going to hang out with us here as we head to break. But in the meantime, if you want more information on Lavelle's 31 Gourmet Bread Pudding, just visit virginiathismorning.com a little bit later today.
We'll enjoy the sweet creation when we return from this commercial.
Welcome back. We're wrapping things up in the kitchen today with Wilma Kidd from Lavelle's 31 Gourmet Bread Pudding. She makes her debut on our live show today. We have loved having her here for her harvest bread pudding.
Yes.
Now it's time for the fun part.
Yes,
let's taste it.
Oh my
gosh.
Of sugar on here.
And it smells so good in here. It just popped out of the oven, so it has that great, something's been baking smell.
It's nice and warm. So that's a treat in and of itself. You get to eat it warm.
Yum.
I'm going to hold this with it just for a moment.
And if people are just joining us, there's apple in here.
You can smell it. It's delicious smelling.
Apple and cranberries and
Thank you.
Raisins, white raisins.
Nice.
They're a little less pungent. Okay, and we'll get some on your plate here.
You gonna try some with us?
Oh, so good. You said that some folks say they don't like bread pudding. You would love this bread pudding. It is so delicious.
Thank you.
Wonderful,
Thank you.
wonderful, wonderful. It is so good.
It is so good. This is made with love.
Yes.
Truly.
From the heart.
And it's just been wonderful having you here.
Thank you.
Again, to remind folks where they can find your bread pudding in stores locally.
Yes, the market at 25th Street, Good Foods Grocery in Bon Air, Elwood Thompson's in Carytown, and Libby Market in the West End.
Well, thank you for being here with us today, Wilma.
you.
And a big thank you to everybody who's been a guest on our live show. We appreciate you, and we value our friends and viewers of the show.
Virginia This Morning returns on Monday at 8:56 a.m.